This playthrough is rated M for mature.
August 7th, Saturday. Kintoki during the daytime is full of cop cars and an excessive number of officers. Bet it's because of the incident with the headless dog last night. Looks like we have to keep our guards up even more tonight. When the sky bleeds into sunset, I make my way to the Black Rabbit like usual. Lights are already on at the bar. At the sound of the door, Aunt Natsumi stands up from the counter. Yes, we got another Ara! Ah, Akira. I get a whiff of something that smells suspiciously like alcohol. Aunt Natsumi, have you been drinking? Maybe a little. I couldn't get any food down, so I thought I'd try and see if alcohol would. Doesn't your blood sugar go up or blood alcohol go up really fast if you don't eat food with your alcohol? So that's not good. I'm sure it's not just to take the place of some kind of food. She's doing everything in her power, but there's been no progress regarding Ami. I mean, it is her daughter missing, so I mean, yeah, she'd be upset and worried. So, meeting up with everyone again? Yeah, we get together here sometimes. It's unusual to see you friends, Akira. You're usually alone whenever I see you. It's not that I don't like people. I'm just more comfortable when I'm by myself. That's me in real life too. Well, actually, I don't like people either, but I'm more comfortable when I'm by myself. When I deal with too many people, I get mentally tired, and I have to be by myself after dealing with people for too long. I see. Well, just don't do anything reckless. Just then, her phone rings. Hello, this is Natsumi. All right, yes, I'll be there shortly. I'm going out for a bit. I hired a private detective, so I need to go listen to the daily report. Lock the door on your way out, okay? Yeah, hopefully she has the money for all this. Aunt Natsumi gives a little wave and leaves. Her forced cheerfulness is painful to watch. What's worse is she can't hide the stagger in her step. A laptop is sitting on the counter, still on. Aunt Natsumi must have been using it. On the screen is a website asking for more info on missing people. Looks like she was reading the Sheen's award page. Ami's case hasn't been made public yet, so it's not up on the site yet. Most of those missing seem to be old folks and adults, though there are a few kids too. Half a year ago is as recent as they get, with some middle school kids missing. It was investigated as a kidnapping like Ami, but it doesn't seem like the kids have been found yet. Kids disappearing one after another with the adults not noticing. It's damn eerie. Yeah, it happens every day in real life. I'm not at the bar long before Maname and Hazuki arrive in at the same time. Good morning. I ran into Maname at the station, so we decided to walk over together. Guess people in the industry feel the need to say good morning regardless of the time. Still throws me off when I hear it at night. Yo, how's it going? Well, that was a dumb question considering your whole situation. Probably not great. No Marahashi today? I told him we canceled our meeting today. He was looking like he was going to follow us again. I'm not too keen on walking around with that sweaty guy in the height of summer. Oh, speaking of Marahashi, I have a gift for you. That smile. I don't know about this. Is that another weird drink? Oh, is that what you wanted? Sorry, guess again. Here. Still sounds like we get hit by fruit. Anyway, we got a Kintoki Manju. ... Not this again. You're so fed up. It's great. A present from Murahashi. He asked me to give it to you. Seems he thinks you're a Manju-loving comrade. I really don't need these. Ah, he likes you. You just seem to draw people to you, don't you? Want some Manju, Hazuki? Thanks, but I'm on a diet. Uh-huh. Oh, I see the laptop is out. Perfect, I wanted to do something. Bond contacted me earlier. He gave me a website URL. Said the incidents described on it are affiliated with the Kubitarou Kintoki. Isn't Bond that journalist guy who we were pretty sure was a jerk? Why is he helping us? Well, yesterday. I tell Hazuki about last night. Boo, that's not fair. Amaname got to go on a ride with Kijima. That's what you're upset about? Middle-aged men don't interest me. Now, if they were missing limbs or transparent, then I'd been my no flirting rule. You are messed up, lady. Though no head is grounds for an immediate no. Cut it out. I've had enough of missing heads with Kubitarou. Motoya turns to the laptop and types in the URL he was given. Hey Kijima, internet URLs are kind of like magical incantations. You type in random letters and numbers and a website displayed out of nowhere. This kind of seems like the reasoning from Persona, where you can summon demons through computer programs. Or at least the Devil Summoner games, anyway. I'm judging you. Really harshly. Stop saying weird things, dumbass. That's what your face says. I suppose this topic is too challenging for someone of your spiritual rank. Hey! Stop babbling about dumb things and take a look. In big red letters on a black background is a straight-to-the-point heading. The truth of Kintoki's Legends of Kubitarou. Bond says that apparently this website doesn't show up with a normal search. It's something called a hidden page. I guess that adds to the fun of a horror site. It gives it a sort of secret feel, adds to the realism. And this is where my job ends. I'll leave the reading it to you guys. You know my stance on horror stories and the like. Summarize it for me later. That guy really doesn't like ghosts. Rolling my eyes, I begin to read. Kubitarou was a large man who lived back when Kintoki was called Kintoki Village. A vicious murderer, he killed numerous people and animals, chopping off their heads. That is the established theory regarding Kubitarou. However, that is not the truth. This writer believes Kubitarou was a large girl of superhuman strength born to the landowner of Kintoki Village. She was dull-witted but violent, and it appears true that she chopped animal heads off for fun, but she didn't attack people. The residents considered her a bother, but couldn't complain due to her station. Behind her back, they called her Kubitarou for her large stature and violent nature. There's a reason why the truth warped into the rumor of a large man who's a vicious murderer. Apparently, Kubitarou did something that touched on the taboo of the village, and that's how Kubitarou died. Her father silenced the village with a gag order in order to hide the family shame. Time passed, the truth stayed hidden, and from the scraps of info, a vicious murderer was born. That is the truth behind the rumor of Kubitarou, and that the people of Kintoki believe today. Not really a horror story. This feels more like a validation of the truth. These things are nice too, like a good mystery. No ghosts or curses from the dead. I stayed on guard for nothing. So you read it anyway. Well, I was bored. This all feels more believable than the vicious murder story Maruhashi told us. If we assume that theory is correct, then the biggest surprise is that Kubitarou is a girl. Not exactly what I expect from a girl. Unless she's a giant, or giantkin, or Amazon. It's far from what normal boys do too, chopping heads off animals. Yeah, not something common. That's what a sociopath does. It does make you wonder though. What did Kubitarou do that touched on the taboo? ... We could think on this forever, and there'd still be no way we'd know for sure. But now I'm curious, is this connected to the death of Kubitarou? Might be a clue to something like with the Urashima woman. No point to musing on this any further. We should go to Kintoki first. Yeah. We decide to head to the station for now. Spirit file, Kubitarou has been updated. 8-7, Kubitarou, rumor notes 3. Large man knows Kubitarou, collected heads. Human ones, unconfirmed. Fluctuation rumors. Not a man, large girl, superhuman, landowner's daughter. Did something taboo keep a secret to hide shame? To no one's surprise, there aren't a lot of people out at midnight, but a glance at the police station tells a different story from last night. They certainly look busy. Yeah, it makes sense after what happened. I swung by Kintoki around noon and there were cop cars everywhere. I'd assume so. If security's gonna be tight, then we can't be half-hearted in our investigation. We need an objective. So what should we do? If we're investigating Kubitarou, then I think we'll have to open that well. We didn't have time yesterday, but how about taking a look at the well by Kintoki Tower? Kubitarou might be hiding something in there. Oh, that's right. Plus the area around Kintoki Tower used to have the Kintoki Cedars. There must be a reason why Kubitarou is seen there so often. Okay, so we're heading to Kintoki Tower again. Security is heavier than yesterday, so let's turn back if it looks like the cops want to question us. I agree. After all, I brought a troublesome little thing with me. What are you talking about? Motoya turns around and lifts his shirt a bit to show what's tucked into his waistband. The guy seems to have an automatic pistol. I didn't think guns work on ghosts, dude. A gun? Yeah, guns, you squeeze them and they make bad people go away. Isn't that going too far? Actually, isn't it illegal to have a firearm in Japan? I'll have you know this is an intricately modified gun. If I don't unlock the secret mechanism, it won't shoot. You can't even pull the trigger. Regardless, it's probably a good idea to have some kind of weapon for protection, right? Unless it can hurt ghosts, but otherwise that'd be pointless. ... Do you actually believe something like that would work? They aren't from this world. Yeah, you don't have a spirit gun like Urameshi did or whatever. Amaname's never been face to face with a Urashima woman. I get why you'd want the safety of a weapon. That makes me feel good at night. But we'll be in deep shit if we're caught and they confiscate it. Well then, we better not get caught. Sorry, but I do not see and have no knowledge of what you have tucked in your pants. That's fine. I'll just say I secretly brought it. We better get going. We still have ways to go before we reach Kintoki Tower. Amaname or Hazuki? Who do I take with me in this investigation? We want to do Amaname again.
Yokai.
Right, let's go. Be careful. Oh, you know what? We might find new things in places we've already investigated, so let's check them again as we go. Yeah, we're abandoning her again, so. Welcome back. Any progress? Okay, I think it's the same thing, so. Nope, don't switch. Okay. Yep, you're not seeing the Kubitarou. Okay, the cops inside were busy answering phones. I should quickly move on before I make... Actually, I think that was the same from last time. Yeah, let's see. Looks like people are still inside at this hour. A few rooms still have lights on. Okay. Yeah, I think most of these are going to be the same, actually. No bloodstains. Oops, sorry. Oops, wrong button. Okay, we already know about that one. I'll just skip these real quick to see if there's any more. Okay, nope, nothing. In celebration of the 16th night, the shopping district holding our annual Izue sale. The big sale, huh? I guess they call the 16th night Izue. Wait, didn't they say that before? No, anyway. I think the sign's... Okay. Nope. Okay, nothing. Let's continue on. Looks like the crossing blocking us again. Well, we're here at the same time as yesterday. Right. Yeah, let's see. Flowers are fresh. Whoops. Yeah, that's the same. Yeah, that's the same. Okay. Yep. Okay, that's the same. Huh? What's that noise? A text? I opened up the message. 8722XX. D-Man. D-Mail 3. How are you? Remember me? It's D-Man. I prepared your next riddle. Decipher it to receive your analysis record. Search the monster that holds up the sky. Dot, dot, dot. Who's texting you at a time like this? It's just something dumb. Okay, anyway, before we continue on, we want to check this bin, but let me see if there's any new dialogue. Yep, scratches. Okay, well, anyway, we'll check this bin. Yeah, search it. When I open the lid and look inside, I see a sheet of paper with words written on it. The words of this are kind of suspect. Looks like some sort of charm. Well, a lot of whacked out shit's been happening recently. I can see why someone wanted to depend on a little extra help. Though it doesn't matter if they threw it away. Yeah. Well, may as well hold on to it. Maybe it'll be useful for something. Obtain suspicious charm. Okay. And we want to solve this D-Man riddle, so let's go back. Okay, so we want to go to the arcade, and we want to search... I think it's here, yeah. Something stuck to the back of the pillar. Attained a D card. I lower my gaze to the writing on the card. Memory Spirit 3-1, Time Space Leonard. Urban legends have fascinated people for years. There's an old one that goes back to the 70s. A spirit known as Leonard appears as a clown dressed in red and blue. Each person sees him in a different spot. School, home, etc. When Leonard shows himself, time stops. The world will look at the same, but will be devoid of all people but them. 3-2. An example. A man wakes up and leaves home for work. Oddly, passes no one on his way to the bus stop. The bus arrives and it's empty when it's normally packed. Immediately suspicious, he freezes before the bus door. The driver approaches, looking like a mannequin clown. It's Leonard, the clown grins. Oops, another one last. Last one. Suddenly, 3-3. Suddenly he wakes up, surrounded by a usual crowded bus stop he's used to. The rumor is that what happens when one accidentally slips through time and space into a parallel world, but the identity of the clown or the truth behind the phenomenon is unknown. Make note of this case. I got it from Mr. K. D-Man. What are you doing? Let's keep moving. Yeah, I'm coming. Okay. Yeah, now we can go back since we got his D card, so... Exclamation point, question mark. The second I spot the cop car, I dart behind the building. Well, damn, well that's annoying. Probably shouldn't turn on the flashlight now. Biding our time in hopes of an opportunity. 41 North Headquarters, 41 North Headquarters, over. I can faintly hear a voice inside the vehicle. Sounds like they're using a transceiver. Yep, there's definitely someone inside. Want me to speed things up and shoot at him? Quit, you psychopath! Quit being stupid. Confirmation from the witness. They said the large dog's corpse was collected by the shelter. Yes, the witness stated the body was found near the trash cans of the 3rd District of Kintoki. The area is splattered with blood, so apparently it is cleaned with rags, which was why traces were found during our patrol. 41 North, end of report. The talking cuts off. Seriously? Another dog was killed? 3rd District, we just came from there. Though the route we traveled showed no sign of anything going down. He said something about someone cleaning it up. Should we go back and check it out? Might as well. We can't get through here anyway, so long as he's not moving. If there's a dead dog, that means Kubitarou is running around town right now. Might be able to see him if we check out Kintoki. Could be new things after last night. Let's check places we already searched before. Or yesterday, sorry. Alright, let's head back. Alright, we need to examine the bins again. A ton of trash bags full of raw trash are thrown away here. Buried under the stench of rotting trash, I catch the hint of what smells like rusted metal. Oh yeah, that officer said the 3rd District trash was dirty, so it was cleaned with rags. Then this smell could be... I lighten up the inside of the trash can again. Then... Found him! Huh? What'd you find? The rags. Remember the cop's report? The dog corpse, or a dog corpse was here and someone cleaned the mess with rags. In the corner, Rags was a good dog. I forgot, was that World War I or World War II? Anyway, in the corner of the can is a pile of rags. They're all pretty damp and covered in red stains. Alright, check her for blood betray. I hold my breath in hopes of blocking out the horrible smell as I put out the blood-soaked rags. If the cops are right, then this blood should be from the dog killed by Kubitarou. Maybe I can see some kind of clue. I hesitantly place my palm on the wet rags. Who would hurt dogs anyway? Dogs are man's best friend. Even though I'm not a big dog person. Again. I can hear a song. No idea from where. That dog's growling again. This is what the dog saw in the inn before it was killed. Head to the great Jiro Kintoki. Come on the ease away. Offer to the great Jiro Kintoki to make mom feel better. The song sounds a lot like the one from before, but the emotion behind the voices singing is different. Rather than laughing, it feels more like crying. Head to the great Jiro Kintoki. Come on the ease away. Phew. I braced myself before I touched it, which helped my heart's not racing like a freight train. So, how was it? See anything? I heard his song again. Head to the great GOG Kintoki. Come to the Izui. I think I'm pronouncing it wrong. Well, of course I am. It's Japanese. Offer to the great GOG Kintoki to make Mom feel better. I see. My guess is the sacred tree may have cured injuries and illnesses if you made offerings. Could be. Bowing heads in respect and making offerings. Sickness getting cured. Did they make children's songs like this because the sacred trees really had power like that? But the voice that sang sounded like it was crying. Anyway, let's head back. Alright, we need to search here now. A plastic trash can. Must be trash day. I lift the lid and look inside. It's stuffed with cardboard. Digging into the mess to see if there's anything else. Look at that. Something that's not cardboard is buried in here. Obtained a utility knife and packing tape. Did they forget these when they were tossing this out? They look well used. They probably threw them away. No harm in holding on to these. Okay, so now we got ourselves some packing tape. A roll of packing tape. It's not a new considering how much is left, and it seems like it was thrown away recently. That is weird wording. Utility knife. A relatively large utility knife for DIY projects. It's in good shape and looks like it could cut through paper and other things pretty easily. Suspicious charm. Mysterious talisman found in the dumpster on 3rd Street, Kentucky. It seems to be a supplement to a magazine called Monthly OOP Arts. It can supposedly repel any spirit. Kintoki Manju. Kintoki's specialty manju. They've been made in confectionaries here for ages. The label boasts a simple flavor, but most people don't like the taste. Okay. Let's see. Okay, then we need to go back up. See if the cops have gone by this point, so. We only come back in front of Kintoki Tower. Huh? Don't know when it happened, but it looks like the cop car is gone. Guess he was only parked there because someone called him over. But this is good. It means we don't have to come back tomorrow. Yeah. Alright, I don't think there's anything new here, but... Public fire extinguisher and metal case. Nothing stands out, but I don't think it needs to check it again. Okay. Address, let's see. We got that one before. Open the lid. Okay, that's the same as before. There we go. Anyway, nothing else, so let's head to the tower. Okay, so we need to inspect the well again. I'll check everything else, but I think it's all the same. Yeah. Okay, yeah, that's all the same. So, okay, let's check the well. An old well's been closed with a concrete lid. Tracing the thick chain sealing the well to its end, it's fixed in place with a dial combination lock. Damn, a combination lock. We have to do something about this first. Destroying it would be the easiest course, but even you couldn't muzzle off this thick chain. If we're going to break it without drawing attention, we'll need some tools. It's really sealed up tight. I wonder if the mini-shrine Shinto priest did this. Then let's bribe the guy to get the code out of him. You really think it'd be that easy? We have no idea how to even contact him. But maybe the info will be inside the mini-shrine or even on the back of the sign? Can't say I'm expecting much, but it doesn't hurt to check. Okay, anyway. Let's check the shrine. It's a small wooden mini shrine. There's a shrine next to it explaining its origins. The two of us split up and began searching the sign and the mini shrine. Well, it looks like we can cross off anything being on the back of the sign. Oh, there's something on the back of the shrine's shintai. Behind the shintai? Sounds kind of disrespectful. Inside the mini shrine, I find what looks like a sheet of paper wrapped in thin string. Obtained Shinto priest's note. I unroll the weather-dampened paper to find words written in with a brush. If you want to know Taru's age, then inquire of Jiru. What's this? A Shinto priest from the main shrine wrote this? Taru and Jiru must be the Kintoki Cedars, since they're supposed to be brothers. Guess I haven't asked Jiru means the one that used to be here was the older one, Taru. Then Taru's age must be talking about the numbers with the combination lock. I'm guessing the priest was forgetful, so he made a note for himself that only he'd understand. Then he hid it here. Sounds like someone went senile. Though I guess a priest for a small shrine like this probably didn't have a successor. So where's this Jiru anyway? No clue. Maybe someplace that looks similar to here? There? whatever. Anyway, we have to go back to the arcade because there's that one mini shrine or whatever. Or that mini Junto shrine or whatever it was. So. There you go. Check this thing again. It's a small shrine. It's got Jesus standing in it. I step back from the shrine to look at it again. The shrine. Someone got a similar vibe to the mini shrine at Kintoki Tower. This place feels familiar. Now that you mention it, yeah. The shrine of the Jizo must be for Jiro Kintoki. We better check every inch of this shrine. I flash the light around the inside of the shrine again, illuminating the roof and the Jizo. Or is it Jizo? Wait, anyway. When I spot some pale letters on the ceiling. There's something written here. Let's see. Hear the children's song. Offer up a humble prayer. The two gods will bless. Multiply the numerals given by the waxing moons. That's all of it. Oh, it's a Tonka poem. It's telling us to multiply the number of moons from the Kintoki Cedars children's song you heard. Multiply the number of moons? I don't get it. Besides, wasn't there just one moon in this song? Is it talking about the 15th night? I wonder if multiplying the numbers will be the key. Spirit file of Kubitarou. Updated. 8-7. Kubitarou Remember Notes number 4. Children's song. Head to the great Jiro Kintoki. Come on the Izoi. Injuries, illnesses cured after prayer to sacred trees. Shinto priest note. Poem. Combination lock number. Poem. Multiple numbers given by waxing moons. I search every inch of the shrine to see if there's anything that could be a hint. I spot what looks to be a dog's face behind the shrine. What's this? By the shape of the thing, I'd say it's a pouch. Obtained dog pouch. Did someone lose it here? Might as well take it with us just in case. Alright, take a look at the dog pouch. A pouch found by the pillar of the gallery in the shape of a dog's face. At first glance, it looks cute, but on a closer inspection, it looks like an animal's head. Ew, creepy. Okay, well, anyway, let's head back to the Kintoki front. Since we have the solution to this, so. Alright, examine the well again. The well is sealed with a thick chain and combination lock. Try to open the lock. Yep. The children's song and the Tonka I found at the shrine are clues. The two cedar songs, the numbers given by the waxing moon, and multiply. The combination has 3 digits. Choose the number for one place. So the way it works is you're supposed to multiply days 15 and 16, or days 15 to 16, which gives you 240. So the numbers are, so you want to do 0, 4, and then 2. Aw, yeah, it opened. Oh, color me impressed. You solved the Tonka riddle. Or Tanka? Whatever. Thanks. Wait, aren't I supposed to be the dumbass out of the group? I'm going to open it. It takes some effort to slide the extremely heavy concrete lid to the side. Well, Akira, I see literally nothing. It's pitch dark here inside. Hold it. Let me get the flashlight. It's doll heads. Exclamation point, question mark. Amaname gulps, trembling slightly. ... Are these all heads? A doll head, a mannequin head, a toy head, a Jizo head, a backpack with a rabbit head silhouette, and a dog head. Looks like wherever there was a head, it was taken. Notice that there were human heads mixed in, thank God. I'm guessing these are all Kubitarou's? Safe bet. It's a Kubitarou's collection. ... If Kubitarou is the one who let the dog's blood on the back of the well, then there's no doubt that this was his doing. But the question is, why is Kubitarou doing this? Well, it's a spirit, so... The evening breeze brings with it a familiar song. It's that children's song again. Is it because my hand touched the bloodstain inside the well? I check my fingers. Wait, I didn't touch any blood. This isn't bloodmetry. This is right now! I quickly step away from the well and look around. An eerie voice floats over. It's nearby. Why does this voice sound so angry? Could it be because we opened the well? Stop hiding and show yourself. That's a fat bastard. That's what it is. Get in my belly! Exclamation point, question mark. Is that... Kubitarou from the looks of it. She's huge. Is she really a child? I swing my flashlight around to get a better look. When the light hits Kubitarou... Ah! She disappeared. Seems so. Maybe the flashlight was too bright. She's so big. I can't believe something that size is still a ghost. Damn it. Where'd she go? Jump scare. Akira in front of you. Wah! I look and the axe is already swinging towards me. Do I have time to dodge? My body moves with my thoughts and the slash that misses me by hair knocks away the flashlight. Ugh, if Motoya hadn't called out, that would have been it for me. The impact from the blocking the attack makes my hand go numb. I'll get the flashlight. It looks like Kubitarou doesn't like it. Yeah, I'll hold her off while you... I say that, but what the hell should I do? My only thought is to find an opening to run away. Shit, she's angry, alright. I'm not sure I could block another one of those attacks. Hey, head, could you give me... Huh? Huh? Head? What does she mean by she wants a head? Sounds like her kind of fun is in bad taste. But if Kubitarou really is a kid, maybe I could calm her down by giving her what she wants. What she wants. What is that? Focus. Think, damn it! Well, she wants a head, right? Alright, so let's say... Well, I know what you're supposed to do, but I'll look around anyway. Kubitarou is right in front of me. That axe will try to slash me to pieces the second I make a mistake. The old well. It's pretty far away. If I threw something to distract him, I might be able to buy enough time. Nope. We don't want to do that. Anything else? Okay, there's one. The sign. Maybe I could distract him if I throw something at it? No. Anything else? Nope. Okay. Well, we need to use the dog pouch on Kubitarou. Where is it? There it is. Dog pouch on Kubitarou. Yep. If she considers everything in the well to be heads, then this probably counts. I take out the dog pouch and offer it to Kubitarou. There it is. She eagerly tears the dog pouch out of my hand. Kubitarou looks happy as she stares at it. Yes, now's our chance to escape. Time to go, Motoya. I hear you loud and clear. Motoya dashes towards me, handing off the flashlight, and we book it away from Kintoki Tower. We glance back as we run, but there's no sign of her coming after us. We carefully cross the tracks, dash through the Galleria, and make it back to the station. We survived. Now that I'm back in familiar territory, my heart finally stops trying to beat out of my chest. What the hell happened? Both of you are drenched in sweat. Did Kubitarou come out? Akira, you explain. I'm out of breath. He collapses to the ground. Weak. We didn't run full tilt that long. Sounds like a close call. How about we rest in the Black Rabbit? Motoya looks like he'll shrivel up and die if we don't give him some water. I drag the dead weight of Motoya with me as we go back to the bar. I quickly summarize what happened earlier to Hazuki as we travel. She asks if the head in the wall was part of some kind of ritual. She was intrigued, but her expression freezes when I tell her about Kubitarou. I can finally relax. This sweat is disgusting. I'm dying to go home, but we need to discuss what happened tonight. It looks like Kubitarou really is obsessed with heads. We've officially confirmed that rumor with our own eyes. Yeah, she seemed happy when I gave her the dog pouch. Bet she thought it was a head. But a more fundamental question. What does Kubitarou want to accomplish by collecting heads? No doubt it's some occult thing. Hazuki, that's your area of expertise. Any insight for us? I dug through my occult books last night looking for rituals. The only thing I could find that was even close is headhunting tribes, but I doubt they're related to this. It's your time to shine. How are you so useless? The occult idol Momo Kuruse? This is looking more like false advertising to me. It's not my fault. I love the occult as a hobby. It's not like I have a degree in it. Passion aside, I'd say Natsumi is more well-versed than me. She is a horror author, after all. That's right, Aunt Natsumi. She might know something. True enough, but she's out right now. Are you planning on waiting around until she comes back? I mean, I'm fine with that if that means I'll get to see her, but... No, she has notebooks with all the information she's gathered. They're on the bookshelf over there. So you're saying we're going to dig through Miss Natsumi's private stuff while she's not here? Sounds fun, I'm in. Pretty sure there isn't anything like what you're expecting of Monime. Yeah, no lonely housewife, diaries or whatever. Oh, the info notebooks are of a great author. I wonder if it's written in blood, or maybe there's hair stuck between a bunch of pages. You're a freak, lady. I don't think there'll be anything like what you're expecting, Hazuki. We make our way to the bookshelf and start looking through Aunt Natsumi's notes. The notebooks contain things like summaries of traditions and collections of crime reports. Every note in neat handwriting that puts my scrawl that even I have a hard time reading to shame. I uncovered 3 notebooks with urban legend investigations written on the cover. Which one should I look at? We want to look at the yellow notebook, although overall it doesn't really matter. I pull out the yellow notebook and turn the pages. This notebook has info on the variety of articles involving the Sheens Award. The dates cover a wide range, even going back as far as 50 years ago. Aunt Natsumi wrote notes on each and every one of the articles. Flipping the pages, I come across an article about the Kintoki cedars. A local paper looked back on the former brother cedar trees Taru Kintoki and Jiro Kintoki. Guess Aunt Natsumi became interested and looked further into it. During my investigation, I have obtained a journal which reveals the truth about the Kintoki cedars. Despite a Kintoki village wide gag order, the journal's writer tried to leave a record of it. According to the journal, one of the sacred Kintoki cedar trees, Taru, was chopped down. It was done by Kaneko, daughter of the Oishi family who owned the land that the village was on. Kaneko suffered from oxyopia and symptomatic obesity and was considered a nuisance by her family. Without a proper education, her mental state and intelligence didn't measure up to other children. As a result, it seems she believed a bear plushie to be her little brother. However, during a certain incident, the plushie was destroyed and her little brother died. Bereft, Kaneko thought to bring him back to life by following the Kintoki Cedars children's songs. Head to the Great Tower of Kintoki on the 15th night. Offer to the Great Tower of Kintoki and Dad will feel better. Kaneko attempted to put the song into practice, but misunderstood its meaning. The head part. She always jumbled the lyrics and thought they offered heads, which meant she believed that her brothers would be brought back by offering heads to the trees. So she cut off the heads of livestock and stray dogs and offered them to the Kintoki Cedars. Of course, no matter how many heads she offered, there was no way her little brother would live. Furious at how her wish didn't come true, Kaneko stole an axe from her house and chopped down the sacred Taro Kintoki tree. Her angry father captured her and tied her to the brother's cedar, Jiro. Alienated by her family, feared by the villagers, Kaneko was left to starve to death. The corpse was never removed and decayed at the base of the Jiro Kintoki tree. Kaneko could be heard worrying over her precious little brother all the way up to her death. After Kaneko's death, the Jiro tree she was tied to inexplicably died. After the loss of the 2 sacred cedars, Kintoki village was repeatedly struck by lightning. To calm the ill-omened events, the citizens built mini-shrines where the trees used to grow. At the transmission tower where Taru used to be, and the shopping district where Jiro had been. There's nothing else on the Kintoki Cedars. The story contained in Natsumi's notes. The tragedy of a girl who misunderstood the meaning of a children's song. An absurd public execution like that would never happen nowadays, but village society back then was very insular. It could have actually happened. It seems the Oishi family had complete control over the village. The villagers were such obedient saps that they followed the gag order until their deaths. I saw Kaneko tied up and still left her to die. The villagers are accomplices in all this. Maybe they maintained the secret because they also felt guilty. So this kid named Kaneko is Kubitarou? Yeah, it must be. If we combine this with what we read on the site, the girl called Kubitarou must be Miss Kaneko. The notes say the girl was giant, which matches the Kubitarou's appearance. The part about gathering heads also matches. Those heads you saw earlier, no one else but Kubitarou would have gathered them. And you're saying those heads are to bring her little brother back to life? But didn't Kubitarou Kaneko cut down the seers because it didn't work? Why is she gathering them now? Could be a deeply ingrained delusion. Spirit behavior is affected by the regrets and grudges they had when alive, right? If she doesn't know any other way, then she's got no choice but to frantically keep trying and hope for a miracle. If that's true, then she's a pitiful existence, forever working for a wish that'll never be granted. The only ones who can end Kubitarou's delusion are probably us. You're right. It's late. Let's call it for today.
Okay.
Agreed. Almost dying completely wore me out. Leaving the bar, we parted ways in front of the station. Amaname has plans to go out drinking with an important figure. The election is almost here, so he's got a lot going on. Hazuki apparently needs to stop by the agency and talk to her manager about work. Everyone's pretty busy. Spirit file Kubitarou has been updated. Rumor of notes number 587 Kubitarou. One who cut down tree, landowner Oishi's daughter Kaneko, not bright nuisance, Oxyopia, symptomatic obesity, bear plushie, cherished brother, wants to bring back, misunderstood stong, ex-bow heads in prayer, offer heads, angry at unfulfilled wish, cuts down Kubitarou Kintoki, tied to Jiro, starved to death, covered up by dad, curse, question mark. Alright, so now we got another D thing to check out before we head back. A text? I opened up the message. Date X8723XX from D-Man. Subject D-Mail 4. How are you? It's D-Man. I prepared your next riddle. Decipher to receive your analysis record. Search the monster that counts the burning air. Alright, let's check it out. ... Alright, we want to go back to our apartment. Okay, we need to check the gas meter, but I'm seeing if there's anything else around here before. Not really, just the front door, so I'm going to check this. Something stuck between the gas meter and the wall. Obtain the D card. I lower my gaze to the writing on the card. Spirit Memoirs 4-1, Red Riding Hood in the Rain. A scary rumor from K-City, adjacent to Shinza. A young woman in a red raincoat appears on rainy days in the red light district. She asks men, "Tell me, are you?" and lures them into the hotel. But do not accept the invitation. Those who do not go missing, those who do go missing, then go crazy or commit suicide after. My assistant, M, played a large role in uncovering the truth of this rumor. 4-2. My part-time assistant at the time was still in college, but had a knack for scoops. Reminds me of you, I digress. A certain man's name came up, and often crossed paths with the police in my work, and I got close to the detective while spending a few nights in jail. Technically, he was no longer a detective, but more a private investigator. 4-3. Regardless, there were two sides of the Riding Hood case. One, the outcome of the girl's spirit, the other, the darkness that created said spirit. Evil in human form can rob lives and human rights with the power of money. I'd partner up with the detective to smoke such evils out and expose their deeds. I helped expel evil to some extent myself. 4-4. To explore the unknown, we must face the living darkness. Judging by your current situation, if I were to look forward, I'm sure you'd have to face such filth in the near future. Sorry, digressed again. I suggest you do your own research on those spirits. Maybe you'll learn about them from Mr. K. Truthfully, I haven't gotten the chance myself either. D-Man. Is he mocking me? Taunting me with the fact that he knows where I live? Too much effort to worry about. May as well go home. Man, am I tired. I think I'll just go to bed after my shower. I think just a shower today, too. Ah, good shower. Oh, I forgot he actually said that. Anyway, check the bed, or are we going to go to bed now? See what the calendar says. August 7th. Curse must be affecting me. Moving around is a struggle. Latest boxing theory. Everything I learned was self-taught. No. Nope. Any new thing behind the curtain? Ah! 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 Scary. No. Nothing there. There you go. Anyway, let's examine the bed. My hair's not dry. I'm not going to lie down anyway. Or I'm going to lay down. Anyway. Hope nothing happens today. The dogs from the neighborhood are barking again. Damn, why does this happen every night? Why the hell are those dogs barking so much anyway? Someone skulking around out there or something? Huh? What? It's coming from outside. Again, just like yesterday. Is something out there? Open the curtain. Yeah, we got it. Ah, fat broad. Jump scare. I'm fat phobic, man. Can't handle fat people. No. This is Kubitarou? Kubitarou is closing in. Only a single sheet of glass separates us. Instinctively, I shrink back, but I don't have time for fear. I have to do something. I was able to chase the Urashima woman away. There should be a way to do the same now. Think, damn it! Oh, back at Kintoki Tower. Kubitarou avoided the light from the flashlight. Maybe I have a bunch of bright lights? How should I get the light on Kubitarou? Well, how many lights can you get? By waking the neighbors, of course. I slam my eyes shut and from my gut scream as loud as I can. Ah! Immediately, lights flash on in the windows of the houses all around us. By the time the lights reach the ground in front of me, Kubitarou is gone. Phew. Taking a deep, calming breath, I close the curtains and turn on the lights. Doubt I'm getting any sleep tonight. My intercom buzzes like the world's ending. Probably my neighbors coming to complain about my screaming. Or me screaming. Might as well deal with them. I'm not going to get any sleep anyway. I go to the door and pacify my pissed neighbors as I wait for night to pass. It's morning by the time I climb into bed and manage to doze off. ... Yes, we'll save. Yeah, I'll just save in the same spot.